You might be asking yourself, your soulmate and you, yes, there is still a deep connection there. There is still something, there is love. You still have hope. And maybe you're getting to know each other or your relationship ended because of other people. And so the big question for you is there still a chance, a possibility at all? Do you notice, or will you notice, that the influence of others was a decisive factor for why things ended between the two of you, or why it couldn't happen, couldn't develop? And now we'll take a look to see whether your soulmate comes to this realization, whether there is something, whether they notice that other people were the reason, maybe the main reason why the connection, the relationship between you fell apart. And that's what we're going to look at now. A very, very, very warm hello to all of you and a wonderfully loving hug. You are all so incredibly kind and wonderful. Also, once again, in the comments, a huge thank you, and also for the appreciation you show me, be it, yes, your greetings, your warmth, your kind and heartfelt words, and also the way you interact with each other in the community. I truly appreciate your trust, what you share in the comments, what you have experienced yourselves, and how you are there for yourselves, what causes you pain, what exactly is going on. And also, when something has already worked out for you, when things have come to pass, that always makes me so happy, dear ones. And now I'm sending you lots and lots of positive energy and all my love. So let's take a look now. You know, my dears, we are working with the collective. The person cards are gender neutral. This refers to your counterpart, whether male or female. And a collective reading cannot apply to everyone. I know, but you pick out exactly what resonates with you, what feels right for you, and where you say, okay, maybe I need this little puzzle piece for myself, where you realize maybe I'm getting stuck in jealousy again, which means it's your own issue, your self-concept. You are wonderful. There is no such thing as jealousy. There is no one who is in competition with you. Jealousy doesn't exist, for example, right? So let's take a look, my dears. Oops. And then let's just take this one. If this one wants to come out, then we'll take it as the bottom of the deck and have a look. All right. So we have the Eight of Wands. So regarding the question of whether you're special, someone has already noticed or is noticing that other people have had or are having an influence on the two of you, I find this fantastic because there is already a change visible here, a realignment. Above all, I already see action here. So action at sea, as you know, we'll dive deeper into what exactly is going on. But it's also like, yes, he's already on his way. So there's something here that's causing him a bit of chaos. Maybe a few things are still delayed. But the decisive point is things are changing here. There's a realignment happening. So action. We also have a fast card here. So you can really see movement here. We're not seeing a complete standstill. And when I say movement, as I said, standstillies, maybe from your perspective, you don't notice anything yet, but we can see the movement here even more strongly now. Yes, on the one hand, we have the Eight of Swords, and with the Eight of Swords, it's again a difficult phase. And you can still see this confusion, feeling a bit restricted, but he also senses that there's something holding him back from moving forward. We're in the area here that concerns you, the influence of others. And it's fantastic because a new perspective is being shown here. Well, as I said, there's still a little bit of this confusion, but this new perspective is also being shown by your loved one. And then we have death. With death, it's like this. Death, for me here, is actually something really great because death also represents the end of a phase. We are in a period of transformation. A transition is being shown. And acceptance. He accepts what is happening inside him in order to come what he may never have seen before, that he was influenced. We see acceptance here. But what exactly it is, how the development is now, what is really showing itself regarding acceptance, the end of a phase. Absolutely fantastic. Clarity. We are going to get that here now. Realignment. What is this realignment like? In which direction is the realignment heading? Where does he want to go? Also, I can already tell you that realignment is heading in this direction. Yes, happiness is currently completely blocked. And here we have the change, the transformation when it comes to realignment. Please take a look at this. Absolutely fantastic. We'll get to that in a moment. So then we have stagnation. Here we have the end of a phase once again. We're moving out of stagnation. We have a change that is not only certain, but will also truly be made public. Realignment, transformation, change, the end of a phase, definitely something from the past, everything that has always held him back, the old behavioral patterns, these entanglements and everything that kept repeating the influence of others, definitely. This is about my decision. Here we see activity again, especially activity directed toward happiness. Happiness, communication with oneself, which someone dear to your heart experiences because they sense that something is seriously going wrong here. And then all of a sudden, I have this awakening, the sudden shock, the surprising moment of shock that appears. Wow, what is actually going on here? Because with this person close to my heart, there was some kind of communication, something they seemed to have picked up on that really opened their eyes. And that's where I get this suddenness. It could have just been a word, just a single word, or some kind of gesture. And that's when it clicked. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that had to do with you, whatever it was that they picked up on, but something decisive, something they heard or saw in their environment made it click for them. Wait a minute, something is really going wrong here. And that's when he or she actually spoke up completely and finally made it clear that things can't go on like this. With the person close to your heart, as I said, I see that he's now or is already in motion coming to terms with the fact that things can't go on like this. That's how it has always been, but it's completely wrong because he was completely blocked from his happiness. And happiness, as I mentioned earlier, fantastic, has to do with you. And that's your relationship, the relationship you have with each other, the relationship, the attraction, the love. So what may have been a bit suppressed here, always tucked away and pushed aside, because he's quite the master of repression. So when it comes to pushing things away, he's really good at arts, taken top courses in that, and always graduated with top marks, straight A's. When it came to pushing things aside, running away and making the wrong decision. But now he's coming into this new perspective at the moment, the touch of the heart. As I said, he also pushed away his feelings for you, didn't want to see them, kept suppressing and pushing them down. And now we see that this knot has now been untied because your beloved is awakening, waking up, and the love for you is being rekindled here. The love is deepening. It's going deeper and more, the love is coming out again, the love that was felt, the strength, the power of love. So I would say the heart, the love has been in the gym for quite a while, working out intensely, really pumping, and now it's showing its strength like, you can't push me down anymore because now I'm going to show you how things are going to be. The love for you, and it keeps getting stronger, stronger, and stronger because your special someone feels a change, feels a love for you. And here we have once again the realignment regarding but regarding your connection. Absolutely fantastic because all the pain, all the things that were hurt here, all that he pushed away, the tables are turning completely. Everything is moving toward healing because your special someone is now also finding strength, courage, and confidence for himself. That's what it means for him because I keep seeing him here as very insecure and unstable, but the power of love. And he is now also becoming aware of everything that has happened between you two. Above all, he realizes that it's not good for him because now he's also feeling this heartache. That's actually what still unsettles him quite a bit, this heartache. Maybe he hasn't experienced it before, known it, that it was like a realignment, this attitude of if it's over, then it's over and then nothing else happens. Or yes, breaking off the connection, the contact, the getting to know each other because nothing more was going to happen anyway. Yeah, no, but he can't handle that anymore. Because now we see the realignment, the change happening. Fantastic. And then it's also the case that if there are going to be conversations here and you can already sense them coming strongly, that there will be attempts again, because someone out there has already noticed that something is going on, the change in your loved one. And also, something just doesn't fit anymore. Realignment, change, transformation of your loved one. He doesn't let himself be pulled along so easily anymore, right? Or rather, he's pushing back now, saying, no, that's it, it's over, I'm not doing this anymore. He or she is setting boundaries. And as I said, what's coming up here is a dispute, a discussion, where maybe someone says, hey, listen, with her or with him, forget it, let's look for someone else now. You'll find someone else, but definitely not that one, right? But that's when he'll really step in and say, stop. I alone will decide what is good for me, what I want. Your special someone is completely undergoing a major change, a realignment, a transformation in your direction. Above all, he or she will also make it public that you belong to them and that there is love there. Or if something comes up, as is mentioned here, because I always have these issues from the past, if someone shows up and says, yeah, and that was with her, and be glad you got rid of her, something along those lines, just as an example, right? In that case, he will also step in and say, no, stop, that's it, enough. He won't let anything happen to you. Whereas before he might have always stayed silent and kept quiet, now he will speak up and really say, no, stop. This woman or man was the best thing that ever happened to me in my life, you know? He will completely defend you, because I see this defending, this protecting you here. Because the way I see you, you already have that too. You really have had disappointments here as well. You have suffered, maybe you were pushed aside, you were always put on the back burner, put in a waiting room, so to speak. Maybe also in the relationship it was like this, up to a certain point you could be involved, but you couldn't go beyond that because your loved one thought that was his territory. And maybe they didn't accept you or kept trying to push you out. And that definitely stood between the two of you. And that was also between your love. And now the love is completely on its way back. What does on its way back mean? The love is still there, but now it's really blossoming again, and he will put an end to all of this. And to the question of whether he realizes there was outside influence, definitely yes, and he will absolutely stand up for himself. So this is how I see it, no, even though it wasn't asked, but I always say everything the cards show, whether here in the collective or in personal readings, it's also shown here, your special someone truly has these feelings, these moments of happiness, this communication, this connection with you. And also, what went wrong? Yes, clear perspective. And it's also being shown to me that in his thoughts, he's already considering reaching out to you again, or intensifying the contact, or arranging a personal meeting. When it comes to your connection, he wants to close the circle between the two of you. Whether it's on a friendship level for now, so maybe you start off on a friendship level, but that friendship is really just a cover, because deep down in your heart, things look very different. But this is also a very important message for you, because I can see that you're feeling quite disappointed if you're still focusing on it and saying, no, it won't work out anymore anyway, because the others, they kept interfering, no matter who we're talking about here. We are in the collective. It could never work with. Or how's that supposed to work? Or how could that work? Or no, it won't work because... So please let go of that, because you're spending way too much mental energy on the idea that it can't happen in this collective reading collective, right? So for that reason, please let it go, because if you keep focusing intensely on what you don't want, you'll keep bringing all that crap back to yourself over and over again like a boomerang. Bang, bang, bang. It just keeps coming back to you. So please let it go, okay? Don't give what you don't want any energy or attention. So in that sense, it's absolutely fantastic. Things are starting to move here. Your special someone wants this. He realizes it too, and he sees what he's lost in you. He's actually lost his happiness. You were the perfect match. You kept giving him those feelings of happiness over and over again. The connection was beautiful. As I said, he has all of this, the connection between the two of you on his mind. So that's definitely the case. And as for contact, I'd say it's quite possible that he's already had his phone in his hand several times, or maybe he's even sent you messages or voice notes, whatever it may be. but he still can't really come out with it yet. He's not quite ready to reveal what this is all about. But in his thoughts, it's definitely you. There you go. Fantastic. We already have feelings here, a lot of feelings. On the one hand, we have the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Cups again. So we have a lot of eights here, Rido. You notice that? Eight of Cups. It's like this. Your special someone knows that was the wake-up call. What he did there, he knows he disappointed you. And there was always this searching, always running away, on the run. Like I said earlier, pushing things away, on the run, right? That's a really big issue for your special someone because there was this uncertainty. And Wash really said goodbye to you with a heavy heart. Whether it was the breakup, it might have been impulsive, just a quick reaction, but the heart is completely heavy and now it's breaking open again into love. And there was always this sense of aimlessness, but this aimlessness is changing here because he himself is in disappointment, in pain, in restlessness, wondering if you even want this anymore, if there's even still a possibility. But that's something he has to experience for himself. Because here it says, let him walk alone. He will come to you. And don't give him too much information. Let him come on his own. That's very important because this is a really crucial process. So Three of Cups, once again, feelings, love is definitely in play here. Because your beloved, why I say let him walk alone here as well. We see that here too, since it's about his creativity, right? Really let him get creative about how he approaches you. So even if he writes to you or something, he'll come up with something. He really has his thoughts focused on this as well. So lean back, smile and say, all right, got it, okay? And receive it joyfully because your beloved also wants to step into this lightheartedness. And that's the ultimate goal, this lightness, this independence. Independence from the past, from outside influences. And in that, he completely breaks away. We see it here twice, the ending of a phase, the farewell to the completion of the old things that have repeatedly held him back, blocked him in your direction, things that have influenced both of you. So this is about moving into independence, into a partnership between the two of you. And she wants to find this contentment because he's completely dissatisfied with his current situation. Definitely insecure, dissatisfied. So there's also this confusion. And as I said, he is completely breaking away here, moving into independence and wants to enter this lightheartedness because he knows that with you, he can live a carefree life. Dear ones, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching and wish you a wonderfully beautiful rest of your day. Goodbye.